Previously on The Apprentice, the Student, and the Charlatan.
Twilight has been having some serious nightmare problems that we've been trying to solve.
Well then, you will probably have to help Trixie, and Trixie assures you she is none too pleased with this arrangement.
The feeling's mutual.
What's up with you two?
We have history.
The poor colt has had a hard life.
I got my cutie mark taking that test, Trixie. In one glorious moment, I just knew that I loved reading and casting spells, and I passed the school's entrance exam. It was my chance to really shine. I could finally pursue what it was that made me special.
And in one moment, all that was ripped from me. Courtesy of your father, you couldn't bear the thought of his darling little filly missing the cut by that much.
I am sorry for what happened, Nova. I promise I had nothing to do with it.
Everfree City, the original capital of Equestria before modern-day Canterlot. The city nowadays is nothing more than a crumbling ruin, and as far as archaeologists are aware, only 4 buildings from the old times still stand. The castle of the Royal Pony Sisters, where Princess Celestia and Princess Luna ruled, is one of them. Third, however, is probably the most mysterious ruin still standing, even more so than the castle of the Royal Pony Sisters. The name has been determined to be the Everfree Vaults.
You mean to tell me you would rather stay at a normal inn than at the Crystal Bucking Spire?
Aegis, for once, this actually has nothing to do with my father. But let's just say that I'm not terribly fond of cadenza and leave it at that, shall we?
Are you content to hold on your anger and pain while it slowly destroys you?
I'm not forgiving them. Ever.
Twilight has feelings for you. Oh, so now you care about Twilight?
It's not going to be the same after all this.
Can we not at least see where it goes?
If you're willing to give me time, I'll think about it. If I just can't think of anything, you'll be the first to know, and we'll try a couple of dates out. But this doesn't mean it'll continue past that. If I don't feel like our relationship will go anywhere, it's off. Got it?
I know. I understand you might not have the same feelings for me, but I still want to at least try.
Trixie said nothing to intentionally hurt or insult Twilight Sparkle.
Accuse her.
Ugh, she flat out told me that you had no feelings for me in a blatant way to break my heart.
That is impossible. And yet, here it is happening.
What's impossible?
You both are telling the truth.
But she is lying!
Trixie keeps telling you that she is not! How many times is Trixie—
Look, just because it came out that way doesn't mean we have 2 conflicting realities here.
So, where are the vaults?
Right here. You'll notice that it's a lot closer to Trottingham than it is to Naden or Ponyville. So if we're going to explore these ruins, we'd probably need to lodge there, so as not to spend several hours hiking there and back from Ponyville. Pack your bags, ladies. We're going to Brayden.
Sister, they're preparing to travel to Brayton.
Are they now? This is fast progress. I expected Nova's search to last at least 2 weeks in the Crystal Empire. I find it amazing that he found all of his information in only 1.
You underestimate his love of books, something I believe he has in common with Twilight Sparkle. As we understand it, half of the Crystal Empire's library was dissected for information within 4 days.
What is Trixie Lulamoon doing there? I thought she left Ponyville for good a few months ago.
She arrived about a week and a half ago, suffering from nightmares and asking Nova and Twilight to cure them. That day was when Nova found out the name of the vaults and set off for the Crystal Empire.
She's suffering from nightmares, you say? Why have you done nothing about them, since you seem to know a lot about the situation?
I'm blocked off.
I beg your pardon?
Something magical is blocking me from entering any of their dreams. It started shortly before our little assessment of our pupils. I would often visit Nova in his sleep and so teach him to wield power over his dreams, but one night I attempted to do the same thing, but found that I was blocked by a wall of magic. I knew him well enough to know that it wasn't a lie, but merely just a shading of the truth, since he would learn about them later after all, just not from me. But who could induce these dreams? It would have been someone who knows all three of them well enough to—
Twilight wrote to me about them too. I'm not judging your answer to Nova, as I told her the same thing, with the same thoughts in mind. Seems Twilight doesn't have a good relationship with Lulamoon.
Oh, please, you already know why. You were always the more empathetic one. Did you not check on her at any point last week?
I cannot say I did.
The Lulamoon Mare said something that left Twilight Sparkle in tears, barricaded in her bedroom. I trust you have some inkling why this is so?
Twilight has confided in me her thoughts about him. Can't say I'm surprised, to be honest, given the traditional outcome of such a working relationship. But what bothers me is that Twilight normally hides her feelings. She likes to bottle up whatever is eating her, and then when it becomes too much, it explodes. Just like the incident with the one at Needed Spell in Ponyville last year. Whatever upset her must have been so shocking and so heart-rending that it just crushed her. Has he confided in you any feelings for Twilight?
No, he has not. Cadence informed us that she revealed Twilight's feelings to him, but he responded with a fair amount of apathy. But I don't think he wants to address how he truly feels about her. He has more than once demonstrated the fact that he fears opening himself up to others. I know what you're thinking.
Do you? You haven't had the privilege of watching Nova for the last 10 years. You know what he's like, but you don't know what he's been through.
Nay, sister, he has confided in me. You don't think he trusts his own teacher?
I find it hard to believe he trusts anyone. And if he really has confided in you, you would know that.
I understand, sister. He doesn't even trust me completely. He doesn't seem to believe that his teacher of 3 years is trustworthy. But given his history, we as the common ponies say, built a bridge and got over it.
You're picking up modern lingo pretty fast. When do they leave for Brayton?
I would guess tomorrow. I have been watching over them for the last couple of days. They have been making preparations, and the first thing they did was came up with what I assume is a date to travel.
How do you know it's Brayton?
Let's just say we have our source and leave it at that.
I see. Actually, perhaps you could ask him about the dreams. I'm sure he knows a thing or two about them.
Very well. It's getting late, and I have duties to do. I shall ask him tonight. Good night, sister.
And good night to you as well, sister.
Come in.
Nova? Can I join you?
Need something?
You're avoiding me.
No, I'm not. Now, mind moving so I can go use the restroom? That really wasn't necessary, you know.
I think it was more than necessary. You have been avoiding me.
I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about.
Oh, come on. I didn't even need your energy sensing to tell that was a load of horse apples.
So prove to me that I've been avoiding you. We were on a trip, we needed to make preparations, and I had things to do.
Are we going to keep doing this? Stop lying to me. I know you're intentionally avoiding me, and I want to know why.
And suppose I am. Why?
What does it matter whether or not I'm avoiding you?
Nova, are you avoiding me because of a week ago? What did I do to make you want to avoid me?
You really blame yourself for me wanting to think about us without your influence? Do you really have that low of an opinion of yourself? Look, Twilight, you had no part in me wanting to distance myself for the time being.
So you have been trying to avoid me. Look, I'm not mad. I just want to know why.
Honestly, it's because I feel like you'll try to influence my decision.
Influence your decision? How would I influence your decision?
With all the flirting.
Wait, so you think my flirting actually influences your decision? It sounds to me like you're not opposed to the idea of us dating, but you just don't want to realize that.
See? This is what I'm talking about. You'll just pressure me into it, and I'll end up making the decision to date you just because I know it'd break your heart or something.
You know, the apathetic facade works for a while, but talks like this really do bring to light the fact that you actually do care about other ponies and not just yourself.
I never said I only cared about myself. I've just made it clear, if it's a choice between some pony else and me staying away from my family, I'm going with the latter.
I don't buy that for 1 second. I may have only known you for a couple of months, but I can honestly say I know you're not that type. I've seen that type before, and she's sitting in a different compartment.
Trixie resents that.
And she's been listening in on everything. But seriously, going back, I don't want you constantly flirting because I don't want to end up dating you just to make you happy.
You think I'd want you to be dating me even when your heart wasn't in it?
Well, yes, I figured that. Isn't that what everyone wants? To have their own way and forget about everyone else?
Does he really think that about everyone?
Look, I don't believe you think that way, Twi. It's just... I've been wrong, and I don't want to be wrong about that.
Nova, forgive me for asking, but what do you want?
What do you mean by that?
What do you want?
To stay away from my parents, of course.
So, you want to be on the run for the rest of your life? Never stopping, never enjoying anything for long? Always picking something up and dropping it because it's too risky? Never growing close to anyone? Alone? From now until you die?
I'm not alone. I have Aegis.
And how often do you see him? I'm guessing the last time you saw him before our meeting with the princesses was 3 years ago, yes?
What makes you think that? Have you been spying on me since trading day?
Well, 1, you just told me. But 2, you didn't recognize him as a guard.
I can't recognize anyone as a guard.
And your dislike of Canterlot suggests that you don't visit when you can help it. The last time you visited Canterlot would have been when Princess Luna made you Knight Apprentice, after which you would have spent your days in your house.
I don't dislike Canterlot. Just... ponies in it.
You say you have Aegis, and yet you didn't have face-to-face contact with him for 3 years. Any friendships you have are there for a few years but are completely dropped if you think you've been in one place for too long. You may mask it and patch it, but you really are alone. So I'll ask again. What do you want? Do you want to continue being alone? Constantly running? Never trusting anyone? Never having any meaningful relationships with any pony that lasts beyond a few years? Just before you even think about what we are, think about that, would you? After this whole nightmare thing is over, if you must, but do think about it. Please, Nova, for your own sake.
Welcome to Trottingham.
Where is our hotel? Trixie wants to get out of the snow and into someplace warm.
Here, follow the map. Reservation's in my name and it's for 2 rooms. If they ask for ID, just let them know I'll be there in a couple minutes. They won't give you the room, but at least they'll know we're coming.
If you say so. When will we go to the vaults?
Tomorrow. It's not supposed to be frozen over, and we can do it without a 3-hour train ride before Hearth.
She took your map.
I don't need it. I've lived here before. I know this town almost as well as I know Nathan.
You lived here?
Yeah. I came here on break once when I was living in Manhattan. After I left there, I went to Vancouver for a while. Then I moved down to here shortly after. Pretty nice little town.
How many different places have you lived exactly?
6. 7 if you count Ponyville. Canterlot, Manhattan, Vancouver, Trottingham, Baltimore, Manhattan again, and now Nayton. Sir Cloppin of Hoof. Back when Princess Celestia was reconsolidating her power following the shakeup brought about by Nightfall, an unscrupulous sheriff saw fit to charge exorbitant taxes on the ponies of Trottingham, which were given to the area's nobles who kept him in power. The sheriff dispossessed Cloppin of his land, and Cloppin began to steal from the sheriff and return the money to the ponies of Trottingham, until Celestia saw fit to put a stop to the whole debacle. Nowadays, everyone knows him as
Cloppenhoof! His effect on literature of the post-Nightfall era is absolutely staggering! Almost as much as Edgar Allan Poe's or William Frank Spears, and he didn't even write anything!
Well, the town certainly doesn't let you forget.
You said you came here on break. Doesn't break only happen when you're in school?
It does. And I was on school holiday at the time, between the fall and spring terms.
While you were in Manhattan?
Yes.
Hang on. No, that can't be right. Your use of the term implies that it was university level, and you can't be older than me. I'm university age.
I'm not older than you. I checked. You got me beat by a couple of months.
That's what I mean. You've lived in 6 places and you're only 22, and yet you've still gone to university? That doesn't match up. It can't match up, unless you've only lived in each place for a few months at a time.
It does match up, Twilight.
How then? How is it you did university classes before me?
I only did a few classes, no degree plan or anything. Can we please move on to something else?
But even so, 6 different places you've lived in only a few years. How does it possibly match up if you've...
Because I ran away from home, okay? Damn it, Sparkle! Why must you pry into everything that's none of your business? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have yelled at you like that.
Look at me. If you want to talk about it, I'm right here.
Talking about feelings is what weak, wimpy, pathetic, sappy, touchy-feely ponies do. I think we've made Trixie wait long enough. The inn's not too far from here. Follow me, Twi.
I'm sleeping in here tonight.
You lasted longer than I thought you would. I figured you would have been in here an hour ago.
You don't mind, do you? There's not enough room in there to share with both Trixie and her ego.
Not at all. Just don't take too long in the bathroom every morning.
Come on, if there's anyone who would need to be worried about doing that, it's Spike. I thought you knew that by now, considering there's only 1 bathroom in Golden Oaks. I'm going to explore the town. Any particularly interesting places I should see?
If you can get the map back from Trixie, there's a few places you might like.
In that case, I'll just explore blindly. What about you?
I've already seen everything interesting in this town. Very traditional, very the way things have been done. Nothing ever changes. It took them 2 years to convince City Council to let them build a new stadium for the Trottingham Forest.
Why not show me your old home?
It's been bulldozed. I was the last tenant. When I left, they closed the apartments and tore it down to make way for more houses. I could give you the address if you like.
No, that's fine. Won't you come with me, though?
Nope.
There's a Hearth Swarming Lights Festival tonight!
Yep. Famous festival. University send their students up here to create the best light fixtures they can.
Have you seriously spent the last few hours just sitting here reading?
Under normal circumstances. Wouldn't I be the one asking that question?
Do you seriously intend to just sit in here and read all night? Normally, I figured you'd be out pub crawling.
Normally. But as you can see, I'm a little busy.
Nova, there's a Hearth Swarming Lights Festival tonight.
So there is.
I intend to go.
Have a good time.
I intend to take some pony with me.
Don't think Trixie would be up for that sort of thing.
Wait a minute. He's punishing himself for yelling at me by exiling himself in here the whole time.
You okay there, Twi? You've been standing there for the last 30 seconds just staring at me.
Sorry, it's just... I'd much rather go with someone I'm not angry at for any reason. Guess that's a no. I am not taking that for an answer. You are so stupid, you know that?
What? No, 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 no! No, put me down! I don't want to go! This is pony napping, you know! Twilight, you better put me down this instant or I'm gonna go to Princess Celestia and tell her what you're doing! I swear I'm gonna do that! I will go to Princess Celestia. She'll excommunicate you from...
Yes, reminds me of when we were that age.
Damn old couples.
Ah!
Now then, you and I are going to look at Hearth swarming lights. You will at least try to enjoy them. Heck, you are going to at least try to enjoy just spending time with me.
You can't force me to enjoy a date I don't want to be on, you know?
If you don't want to call this a date, even when it kinda isn't, you don't have to. How about we call it a casual event where two best friends can hang out in a completely platonic manner?
That's a stupid name.
It might grow on you.
I doubt it.
Anyway, at least try to have fun tonight, would you? It wouldn't be good if you were in poor spirits tomorrow, all because of your little outburst earlier today, even when I have hopefully made it clear that I don't hold a grudge. Magical leash. I don't want you running off on me when I'm dragging you out here on this play date.
A play date? Is that seriously what you're gonna call it?
You didn't like the other one.
Okay, who are you and what have you done with Twilight Sparkle? I don't ever remember you being such a flirt. And I never expected you to be kinky enough to keep a magical leash spell on Hoof.
Been taking advice from Rarity, and I've been reading a book on how to seduce some pony. I have to be lively, and I have to be provocative. How's my provocativeness?
Well, it's really strange to see it from you, but you're doing a decent job, I guess. I don't think I've ever seen a mare sway her flanks that widely with every step. You know, I'm really flattered that you're putting that much effort into trying to charm me. Really, I am. But you should know, I'd much rather you be yourself instead of you trying to be something you're not. Besides, never really cared much for flirts. They typically don't know how to take no for an answer. Oi! Weren't you trying to take me on this casual event where two best friends can hang out in a completely platonic manner and not the other way around?
Oh, you. It looks amazing!
I know.
Come on, you. The pamphlet said these lights were supposed to be festive.
Ooh, con main!
I mean, seriously, don't they read instructions?
Nah, that's just what they put in the leaflet every year. I mean, look around. No one else seems to be taking that to heart. Besides, they don't complain about the hoofball shields.
That's because we're in Brayton, and you know them.
What's that supposed to mean? I live in Brayton, in case you've forgotten.
Well, technically, you live with me right now.
I still own property in Brayton, so... whatever. Yeah, ponies think of a cool light display and make it. Doesn't have to be holiday themed.
What's this one?
Oh, that's Psy in the Pony Gangnam Style. Some core Ian music star or something.
Pretty ambitious project. Semi-consciousness spell, not to mention all the skeleton framework they had to have done.
I don't get this one.
Me either. Next one?
Next one.
Harry Trotter and the Deathly Hallows final battle. Though this could be taken from Goblet of Fire, too.
Shut up and enjoy the stand book horse.
Nice to see you're enjoying yourself. I had to drag you out here, and now you're the one telling me to stop rambling.
Damn it.
Oh, relax, would you? This wasn't about me being right. It was about you getting out of that room. And I'm glad you're having fun tonight.
Let's go over here.
You and your huffball.
Excuse me, sir. How do they make this? Semi-conscious spells, perhaps? Definitely a combination of magic energy and wear-light magic to create solid dots, and they even accounted for the laws of physics, too. This is some pretty fantastic work. Hey, Twilight, come look at this.
Nova? You alright?
Ugh.
You were staring at me like you were shocked by something. You feeling sick or something?
What? No. No, sorry, just... It's... nothing.
Nothing? Nothing at all? Are you suddenly getting cold hopes about tomorrow's expedition?
Something like that.
Nova, I brought you out here to relax.
I know.
You know what I think? I think, for tonight, you should just let it go.
No!
What?
No.
Nova, are you... Why would he do this?
I'm... sorry.
What for?
Don't blame yourself, Twi. It wasn't your fault. It was me. I let it go too far.
I shouldn't have...
No! Sorry, no. You did nothing wrong. It's all on me. Listen, I have opened myself up to ponies before, and it led them to betraying my trust. Let's just say I have serious issues. Shocker, I know. But I'm sorry. I ruined the night.
Nova, did you have fun tonight?
Yes. Before what just happened, yeah.
Then you didn't ruin anything. I mean, that's not exactly how I expected my first kiss to go or anything, but...
Wait, I was your first kiss?
Not counting my family or Cadence? Yes.
Well, looks like I managed to botch 2 first kisses in one go.
I was... yours too? Oh no! Was it too soon? Did I blow it? No, you didn't. He kissed you back for a moment there. Clearly he has some sort of feelings for you.
You're letting her in. You're letting her grow close, and it could undermine everything you've worked for these past 10 years. But what if I don't want that anymore? I lived in Nathan for 3 years and he still hasn't shown up. What if the danger's passed? What if it hasn't? That bounty hunter is still following you. Do you really want to risk going back home over some mare? Her father knows him. He could use this relationship to get to you. Use Twilight to get to you. Is it finally time to stop running? Twilight?
Huh?
When all this is over, and we've dispelled the nightmares and we've gone back to our usual routine, I'll have an answer for you.
Nova, don't rush into this just because of tonight. Make sure it's what you really want. I only want to date you if your heart's in it. Nova?
Something on your mind?
Thank you for tonight. Even though it didn't end the way I'm sure either of us would have liked, I still had a wonderful time.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Wonderful! Time for a celebration! Cheese for everyone!
What am I supposed to do? What's this room? Is this what's causing the nightmares? What is it? What is this vial? Why are you showing me this? If the dream was induced, Wouldn't it mean that we had the same dream at the same time? A nightmare? Whoa! Hey, I'm here. What's up?
It's horrible.
What did you see?
Don't you already know?
Actually, no. I had a different dream tonight about the vaults. But that's besides the point. What did you see? What got you into this state?
The shadow again. I was in a dark room. Couldn't see anything. And this pair of big red eyes just started leering at me.
Did it say anything?
Yes. It said that I was going to die for stealing him from it. And when I tried to run, it just covered me completely. Tried to smother me. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't run. And right when I tried to scream, I woke up.
It'll be alright. I know where we will be going tomorrow now. That was my dream. And I think I had a different inducer than yours did.
What about Trixie?
She's still asleep. Do you need a moment? We need to try to get as much sleep as we can before tomorrow. I have a feeling it's going to be a long day.
Can you?
Sorry?
Could you sleep in my bed for the rest of the night?
Fine. But just for tonight.
And could you cast that spell that you did on the train to make me fall asleep?
Sure. Close your eyes. Where the hell is my leg? This isn't my bed. What the... Well, shit. Oh. Good morning.
Morning. What time is it?
I want to say it's white fur past gray fur. No, wait. Gray fur past white fur.
You already have gray fur?
And you missed the joke.
It's too early for jokes.
How'd you sleep?
Like a rock. And that second time around, there were no nightmares.
Good to hear.
And it's all thanks to you. I don't think it would ever have been that good if you hadn't used that spell.
Trixie heard that sparkle. Seems Trixie was right and you were sleeping with him.
That wasn't Trixie! He was just helping ward up the nightmares last night.
Liar. Trixie isn't angry, Sparkle. Trixie had no nightmare last night, and if those nightmares are connected like the two of you seem to think they are, then you can't fool Trixie with that excuse. About time you became a mayor.
Great. Now there are 2 dream inducers? Well, if all goes well today, we won't be able to use the nightmares as an excuse at all.
Are you confirming that you...
Nothing of the sort. We had 2 separately induced dreams last night. One was Twilight's nightmare. The other one showed me where we would be going in the vaults. I stuck around to ward off Twilight's nightmares after we both woke up.
Right. Makes perfect sense. Just admit that you did it. No shame in it.
Sure. If that's what you want to think, go for it.
We were just doing some research earlier, and then eventually it got late enough, so...
Is it safe to trust whoever showed me that?
What's eating you?
Nothing.
Mare troubles? Just pulse up and ask her out already!
It's not mare troubles. Sorry, I just had a different dream last night.
A different one?
Yeah.
Different how?
It wasn't a nightmare. I mean, Twilight's not lying. She had a nightmare last night, and I think it might have been induced. My dream, however, showed me the path to take if it's accurate.
You're trusting a dream?
What else do I have to go on? Why do you think we're even out here in the first place?
Oof! Watch where you step, Sparkle!
I didn't mean to. I'm just... bored.
Is she even cut out to be out here? She'll just be a liability.
No, she's part of this. She's coming.
Trixie thinks she stepped in something. Trixie down, you plebeian! No,
I
you
am
listen to
much
me,
more
Sparkle. You
educated
have
than
messed
you,
everything up ever
and
since
you
you got
have big
here,
horns,
and you just need to
and
leave. No,
I
you
don't
listen
even
to me,
like your
Sparkle. No,
cape,
it's
and
my
what
turn
was
to
the
talk.
deal with that
I am the
amulet
reason that
anyway?
this is even working.
Pipe down, you two! With you bickering, I'm surprised the whole force doesn't know we're here. We have to be getting close.
How much further?
I don't know, but we're getting closer. I can feel it.
We found it! After months of searching, we finally found it!
Yes, we did. Well, now for the hard part.
You're paying for the dry cleaning bill. If this smell doesn't get out of Trixie's cape, you're buying Trixie a new one.
You didn't have to wear it. You could have gone in without clothing like we did.
Please, and pass up the opportunity to let the two of you bask in Trixie's presence.
Are you sure this is just a stage act?
So, obvious question here. How do we get down?
There's a path around the edge, but I've got to find where it begins.
How far down does it go?
At least 1,000 vaults, maybe more. That book in the Crystal Empire mentioned Vault 989 as a vault where they kept a lot of enchanted magical items.
So what's probably causing our nightmares is down there somewhere?
Yep,
And we'll likely have to go through magical traps when we come to the right vault.
probably.
And the vault in question is going to be down at the very bottom, because that's how this sort of thing works.
Nope.
I know. Huh?
We're looking for Vault 111. Oh, here's the path. We gotta take a bit of a walk, so keep up.
If there was an older version of OSHA, would they have made the ponies who own the vaults put rails in or something?
Well, I don't think they ever intended the vaults to be devoid of life when it was made. Thriving Commerce Center it was, and the paths are wide for what it's worth. 109, 110, 111, here it is!
Nova! Trixie! Look at this!
Did this vault belong to the princesses?
Maybe. Or maybe it was intended for us.
Intended for us? How do you figure?
The scroll was considered the symbol of the student or the scholar in the pre-classical era. The fact that these sigils show scrolls with the sun and moon mean they must be intended for the knight apprentice and the faithful student.
But that's impossible! I'm the first and only knight apprentice, so how could this have been made for us?
I'm not the first faithful student, though. Before me was Cadence. Before her was a mare named Sunset Shimmer. And before her was some mare 600 years ago, and that's just the recent ones. What if Luna had knight apprentices before she was banished?
Wouldn't we have heard about them?
Well, we should have. So if they existed, why haven't we?
This is all very interesting, but none of this is solving our mutual nightmare problem. If you two are going to keep sacking face all day, then Trixie will solve it herself.
No! Trixie, wait!
Trixie!
Don't waste your energy, Twilight!
Are you crazy? We have to help her.
And we will! But this crystal here is designed to keep its victim alive for interrogation. The outer shell of the crystal is enchanted, and we'd have to wait a few minutes before we could breach it. From the inside it's nigh impenetrable, so I don't think she'll be breaking through. She can hear everything we're saying, but she'll be fine.
Do you not care about her?
I do, but she's safe in that crystal, and in all honesty, it's probably best that she isn't able to blunder into any more traps. We'll get her on the way out. She wasn't a knight apprentice or a faithful student, so she couldn't have opened that door.
Glowstone.
Sorry?
Glowstone. Stones that absorb magical energy and lets it off, little by little, to illuminate the surrounding area. Probably absorbed your magic.
Cool.
Don't get any closer to that.
Why not?
That's a soul jar. Look, see that little skull? That happens when magic is used to enchant a jar or vial to be able to contain and imprison some intangible or otherworldly entity.
Like what?
It was first crafted to capture Wendigos when they followed the equestrians over from Dream Valley. But it's also able to capture and hold ghasts, spirits, wraiths, lethafolds, the Vashta Narada.
Twilight? Is this thing supposed to be cracked?
It should be no different, just a cosmetic change. The only thing to be worried about is if it's not glowing.
Well, it's not. No big deal, though. It's pretty obvious that what was in here is causing our nightmares, so all you have to do is capture it in the soul jar again and we'll be good to go.
I'm very flattered that you think I'm causing you to have nightmares, but it's really not that easy.
Trixie? How did you escape from the crystal?
You said the crystal was nigh impenetrable to her, so I blew myself out of it.
To her?
Yes. Her.
What have you done to Trixie?
Oh, relax. Trixie Lulamoon is simply unconscious. I need my vessel alive if I am to maintain a presence here. We're not doing any of that now. You can't teleport out of here with the enchantments in the walls, and I have the only exit blocked. So allow me to introduce myself.
Is this Shadow the one from our nightmare?
My name is Envy.
What are you?
Used to be a pony like you, but then everything changed when I was hit with those stupid elements of harmony. A girl's gotta entertain herself somehow, so I've been trying to kill you knight apprentices and faithful students for centuries.
A girl?
What about you? You look exactly like him, and yet you're not him. Is this even possible? And you look exactly like her. Reincarnation seems to have gotten the last laugh.
It's... no... her.
What's the matter? Too afraid to speak?
Shut up!
Oh, at least someone has a backbone. Well, it would seem the time has come for me to take care of business. Just to sate your curiosity, I wasn't giving you any nightmares, and your little friend here will be perfectly fine. But the two of you will be dead before you could do anything to save her. Them's the breaks, I suppose. Just remember that it's completely personal.
Twilight!
We can't have any of that. Well, at least the two of you can rest easy, knowing that the last thing you'll ever see is each other.
Don't you touch her!
You haven't seen the last of me, Knight Apprentice. I will kill you both. I swear it.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, Twi. Just tired.
I'll start Kane exhaustion. Is there anything I can...
We need to get out of the vaults. We've gotta get to Camelot. The princess is...
You have trained him well. He has grown very powerful.
I'm not so sure. They only managed to drive her off. They have a long way to go before they can reseal her. Still, I never expected Nova to achieve that level of power in a single spell.
You do know what this means, do you not?
What does it mean?
It means that I was right. Nova can match Twilight in magical ability. Like I said, you have trained your Knight Apprentice well. I'm proud to have learned to train students from your example.
The die is cast. Envy has revealed herself to Equestria once more, and now the stage is set for the next iteration of this never-ending cycle. I only wonder if they will prove able to defeat her in the future, because all Nova was able to do today was drive her off. Well, Tia was right. Nova has proven to be an excellent Knight Apprentice. Perhaps I have no reason to fear.
Gazing up at the stage, you see that she's here, glittering in the spotlight. Without fear, don't you wanna see a Trixie's coming at ya? The star of the show is here, crystal clear, don't you know? Look, she's gonna get ya. Take the stage in reins and don't you fear. Uncover your eyes, she will show you the next magic trick of the night. Oh, what a surprise! She escaped from the Ursa Major without a fright. Trixie's coming at ya. Dim the lights and watch your tails. She comes tonight. No pony compares to her. She's a feature. Magic spells you won't believe. Who wants more? Bet you wanna see a Trixie's coming at ya. You will see feats you've never seen or believe. That's not all. It's really nice to meet ya. So relax, here's the facts. You're in her thrall. Look up at the skies. She will fly through the stars, roll lighting the way. Listen for the reprise. You will be humming this song through all the deep. Trixie's coming at ya. With the power so great, she will drive you insane.
You'll never see me coming, watching, creeping. You're the only one falling. I'll be free to cause you pain.
Trixie's coming at ya. Though I feel dizzy inside and she's gonna cry. She just wants to be loved. Why does she feel like she wants to hide along with the show? Dazzling all of your eyes with fireworks so bright. She's the one you should know. Trixie's magic will be revealed all overnight. Trixie's coming at ya. Here's a ticket, so come on out tonight. Tonight, Trixie's coming at ya. Oh, oh, oh. Trixie's coming at ya. Oh, yeah. Trixie's coming, so come out tonight.